Okay, it is 1 a.m. and every now and then I will lie awake in bed at this time philosophizing on the nature of human change, and I believe I've just figured something out that I want to share with you. If you are struggling with an addiction, a vice or a bad habit, falling under the category of, but not limited to, video games, alcohol, smoking, vaping, drugs, porn, junk food, doom scrolling, insert vice or bad habit here, what I'm about to tell you should hopefully help you solve that problem. Now, I've had my fair share of addictions in my time, okay? I used to be addicted to video games, managed to quash that one. I used to be addicted to junk food, managed to quash that one. I used to be addicted to pornography when I was late teens, got rid of that one. And I've been able to consistently overcome bad habits and addictions to elevate myself and ascend in the eyes of whatever influencer. For me, it's God, right? And there is a little hack that hyper successful people know how to do to remove bad habits, remove addictions, remove vices. It's used by athletes, it's used by top businessmen, it's used by top politicians, although they have their fair share of vices, as I'm sure you're aware. And it's the art of letting go. Now, let me explain what this means. There's a quote from Interstellar, one of my favorite movies, and it's towards the end of the movie where Coop, the main character, he's talking to a robot, and he's going into the eye of the black hole, and something pretty interesting as he's about to embark on this journey into near certain death is he says something to this robot. He says, Tars, or I think Tars is the name of the robot. He says, Tars, humanity hasn't quite yet figured out how to move forward without letting go of something. And now I'm butchering that quote, but the point is very straightforward. He's in space, it's a vacuum, right? And the only way to make forward progress in space is to have some level of propulsion, which is to expel something, right? And so the only way you move forward, this is a basic unit of physics, is for something to push you forward, right? Now, with our bodies, obviously, when we move forward, we are using energy to do so, okay? And so, you can be as philosophical as you want with that point, but the point is this. Change is represented by goals, okay? And so, your goal could be to be at a certain weight with a certain body fat percentage. It could be a certain number of money in your bank account. It could be a certain relationship. It could be a certain lifestyle. It could be a certain house. These arbitrations of unconscious desire are, very prevalent and apparent in our minds. And the thing is that in order to achieve them, you have to change yourself, right? There can be no change without a change in identity. There can be no change in identity without a change in routine. And so let me riddle you this. Let's say, for example, that you want a hot body. Let's say that you want to be 85 kilos, 10% body fat, right? Now, that's what you want. And you want to make progress. Now, Newton would say that for every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction, which means that if you want to get something, you must let something go. Something must take its place. And here's the stick, here's the problem. When you say you want something, you might want it, but this is where people get it backwards. A lot of the time, people think to achieve the thing, you have to want the thing enough. It's like you don't want it bad enough. You don't need it bad enough. It's like, yeah, there's that element. There's a push. There's a pull towards the goal, but there's also a push. The decision you're making when you want to get a great body or a good income or a lifestyle or a good relationship is what you're willing to get rid of. So let me give you an example. I have been through I'll give you a personal example. I've been through quite the journey when it comes to lust and love, and wanting to, settle down and get married and have children. As I'm pushing 30, right? So you start having these thoughts, and it's very normal for a young guy to, go through this sort of lustful stage, especially if you've become quite successful at a young age. You have access to, the availability of the dating market. But as you get older, you start to yearn for something a little bit deeper than just, meaningless sex. And so, as you grow older, you start to realize, it would be quite nice to have a wife, and it would be quite nice to have 3 or 4 children. It'd be quite nice to be in love and have a meaningful connection with just one person. And you might not see that now, but it will probably bubble up from your unconscious at some point, because you kind of, it's going to happen probably, might not, I don't know. But I realized like, okay, I want this. I want the family. I want the wife. I want the lifestyle of being a father. And those are the things that I want. But then this is the thing, is in order to have that, it's not about working towards that. It's not about going out and finding a wife. It's about looking back over your shoulder at what you're giving up, giving it the nod of, all right, been there, done that, and shutting the door on it. And so changing yourself is not about what you want, it's about what you're willing to shut the door on. And so if I want to get married and have children, then what I need to do is shut the door on lust and shut the door on short-term relationships. And, there's a lot of instant gratification, validation, pleasure, and, various, instant psychological rewards and things that come from short-term casual relationships. But you need, it's a question of it's not about how badly you want to get married and have kids. It's about how badly you want to, it's not even about how badly you want to go to the thing. It's like how much do you want this in comparison to this? I'll give you another example. Let's take the body thing, right? So you want to be 85 kilos lean, right? Or 80 kilos lean, or let's say you want to get down to 10% body fat. It's like the decision you're making is not to get lean. The decision you're making is to get rid of the things that stop you from becoming lean. And that's the hard part. It's like you'll learn this, and you will learn this as you get older and as you mature. It's like getting what you want is not about doing the things that get you what you want, because doing the things that get you what you want are quite easy. It's about not doing the things that make you regress. And so you have to realize that when you set yourself a goal, a trajectory, an invisible trajectory forms in your life, okay? And what will happen is you'll start taking actions to make progress towards that goal. You'll be in the gym, or you'll eat clean. The thing is, it's like the way you achieve the goal is kind of backwards, and it's in reverse, as is usually almost anything in life. It's reverse engineered. It's inverted. It's like, just try to not regress. Like, instead of trying to progress, like do the gym and do the workouts and eat the clean food, just try not to do the things that make you regress, because it's a damn sight easier to not do the thing you shouldn't do than it is to do the thing you should do. So for example, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you struggle with a porn addiction, right? And let's say you want a girlfriend, but the problem is that your perception of women is, and your integration with the feminine and your perception of women is in your lust is just, it's all fucked up, because porn does that to your brain. It just completely fucks your brain. Like it before you know it, you don't find like a normal woman attractive. You can't form intimate connections. You're constantly like turning your head. Like it completely fries your brain from a love perspective, right? And it's like, instead of like, if you want to get a girlfriend, instead of just going for the girlfriend, just stop watching porn first. Like cut that away. And because it's kind of like, for every step of progress you make, if you relapse, you take 2 steps backwards. And so you've got to imagine that when you're trying to move towards your goal, it's like, what are you shutting the door on? Like, and that's the decision you're making. It's not, you're not deciding to get married, you're not deciding to get lean, you're not deciding to get rich. You're deciding to shut the door permanently, lock the door, and throw away the key on something. And it's that action that will get you the thing, not the other way around. Because when you've got the door open, let's imagine this for a second, right? Let's say there is 2 doors, okay, and they're opposite each other, and they're 100 meters apart, okay? And the door at the end of the 100 meters, if you open that door, it represents the life that you want. This is the body, the girl, the lifestyle, the money, the millionaire, whatever, right? And it's like, you walk out of your current door, which is your vices and all the issues, and you turn around and you look and you leave the door open. This is what people do when they try and change, is they leave the door open. The one they've just walked out of, they don't want to shut it. Maybe they put it to, or maybe they shut it but don't lock it, or maybe they lock it but they keep the key in their back pocket. And it's like, and the problem with that is, when you haven't locked the door and thrown away the key, and you start walking towards the other goal, making the progress, that door will fly open, and the devil, or insert evil creature here, will crawl out of that door, and it will do everything it can to just fucking pull you back. Like, it's almost like, if you don't lock that door and throw away the key, It's almost like there's an elastic band tied around your waist, and every single step of progress you make towards the next goal, it just feels increasingly more difficult. And so the point I'm making here is, if you want to change your life, and if you want to progress, I don't care wherever you want to do it. I don't care everything from getting a six-pack to becoming a father to to getting closer to God. I don't know, to winning an Olympic medal. It doesn't make any difference to me. It's like, what's the thing that's going to pull you back, and what's the thing that's going to grab your heels? And if you can figure out where that thing comes from, shut the door, lock the door, and just burn the key. And there's no replica of that key. That's it. It's just closing and opening doors. And it's a lot easier said than done. It's a nice idea in theory, but making the decision to actually close the door, it's usually a very physical action. I had this before when I used to be addicted to video games. So I put my Xbox in a bathtub. I ran it with water and just fried the circuit of my Xbox, right? I've done the same thing before with people I knew I shouldn't be hanging out with. So I messaged them, and trust me, this is a point of no return. I messaged them saying, sorry, can't hang out with you anymore. People don't like that, by the way. It's trickier with things like short form content, pornography, like the junk food. These things can be more integrated into our day-to-day lives. But shut the door and lock the door and throw away the key. And every time that someone knocks on that door, don't answer it, because that will happen. Your impulses will come up, and you can go back and find the key in the grass and try and unlock it. Just don't do that. And yeah, it's an interesting way to look at change. Like, what door do you need to shut? What do you need to decide? Like, hey, no more of this. I know it feels good, and I know it brings me lots of instant pleasure, and it makes me feel happy, and it makes me feel good in the moment, but I always regret doing it. It's like, just apply a little bit of time to how do you feel after you do it? Shut the door, lock it, throw away the key. Speaking of doors and money and stuff, if you are looking for ways to make money, and you don't know where to start, and you want to become a millionaire or get super rich, the first link in the description of this video is a training program that I've built. It's completely free. All right, keep your tits on. Don't stress out. It's free. Not selling out. You can click on it. It's a 6-week training program. It took me a whole year to make. I've got 60,000 people in there right now trying to get rich, and people are signing clients and actually getting rich, which is quite nice to see. So you can go and check that out if you want. It's a good place to start with the financial freedom thing. And there's a lot of stuff in there as well that will help you with what I just talked about today. So you can go and check that out if you want. But with that said, I'm going to go to bed. See you later.